Hey, welcome back. We're going to talk real quick and do a short video about hats, and this isn't by any stretch a complete video, but we're going to give you kind of an introduction into the way I do hats. I know Lonnie from Garage Flips has his little tub of hats, and he said he wasn't going to do too many in the future. And if you have better options, yes, but you always got to look out for the really good ones. I do good ones and bad ones, and little guys here wanted to show off some of their style right here. And what y'all gonna do? You're gonna go upstairs and play a game now? What are you gonna play?
Trouble.
You're gonna go play Trouble? Y'all both look like Trouble. Okay? Yes. Alright, well tell them goodbye. Tell them to subscribe.
Okay? Subscribe.
Alright, can I have the hats back?
Yep.
Alright, who's gonna win at Trouble?
Me.
Alright.
All Bubba's paying too.
Okay, we're gonna talk about some hats real quick. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and we'll do a quick video. So I wanted to show you a couple of these that aren't great hats first. And you can clean some of these, and sometimes you don't have to. Obviously, this hat's in really good shape. It's got the tag on it. It's not a high-priced hat. If you can buy it for $2 or $3, you can make 6 or 7 on something like this. It's got a tag, maybe even 8. It's an older one. I think I have this one listed fairly decent price and might even get a $10 or $12 profit on it. Obviously, if they're new, and you got to check, just because they have a tag doesn't mean they're new. Just because they have the sticker on the new eras doesn't mean they're new. A lot of people just like to keep that stuff on them. Sometimes they sit up on a shelf for decoration or something as a collectible. So you got to really check the condition. But obviously, you know, NASCAR's not great. The older ones are. But you can still make money on something like this. This is just a hat I saw I thought was interesting that could make me $4 or $5. It needs a little cleaning. I decided not to go through the process of cleaning. It's not worth the time on something like this, but some hats are. So you get a hat in this condition here, right? It's not in great shape. It's out of shape. It's not the cleanest thing in the world. Same thing with this hat. A few ways you can go about it, but the easiest way is just get a bucket or maybe even use your bathtub and throw them in there. Throw some OxyClean, throw some dish detergent, get a toothbrush, let them soak for a while and scrub them. It's not going to help the shape, but it's going to get them clean. Let them hang somewhere and drip dry outside. And then after that, there's a couple different techniques, and I've learned over the years from YouTubers actually. You can get a pot and stick it on a pot, spray it with starch. I like the method where you're going to put a balloon through here, and you're going to blow the balloon up through here, and it's going to form the shape that you want, and then you're going to spray it with a little bit of starch, and you're going to have a nicely shaped hat, you know, that doesn't look like this. I don't always do it, I got to tell you. If I had a really nice hat, I think it's worth the time to do it, but I have a whole lot of hats for sale that are just dirt cheap. I got them all free, and we allotted them all together just to sell them because I really don't want to go through the process and spend the time. But there's a couple of tricks right there. These hats here, and they have a name, and I just don't know what they're called, what exactly they call them. I just call them straight lines. But these simple hats right here, 90s hats, do sell pretty well. This one's a little out of shape, needs a little cleaning. But if you see hats like this and you're willing, this is the Game, made in Taiwan. If you're willing to make $6, $7 on a hat or $8, you can pick these up. And some of the better ones in really good conditions will bring some good money. Showed you this Titleist visor the other day. You got to check these tags and check and see if they where they're made. This one's made in the USA. This is an old school Titleist visor. You can tell by the clip even. And if you see right here, you see this or not, I put the light over here so I thought we could see it a little better, but it's a Texas made in the USA. Florida Gators hat. Look, this is what I was telling, this is what I was going to show you, this one. It's got the tag, doesn't mean it's new. It's actually pretty dirty. It's dirty on the inside. It's you know, it's got the tag here, but it's not a new hat by any stretch. All right. Let's talk about some of these. You can find these fun ones. This is a Joe Camel 90s version, you know, a little snapback. These kind of hats will definitely sell. They don't bring a lot of money, but you should be able, if you can get them for $1 or $2, you should be able to get a decent return on something like this. 90s style. If you remember wearing these at all or seeing these at all. And it's got the camel on back right there. It should bring about $7 to $10 profit on something like that. This one, I actually got this for $1. It's a made in the USA. Made in the USA hat for sure. And it's Sports Image, which you'll find that a lot. I think that's out of North Carolina. And Miller Genuine Racing Team, but you'll see it has a Rusty Wallace autograph on it. Still, obviously, it's not authenticated or anything like that. Somebody just took this to the track, got the autograph. So I think I have this listed for 20 plus shipping. It's got a couple of watchers, so it's an item that will definitely sell. All right, now this one in particular isn't big money, but this is the style of hat, the trucker hat. You need to look for the Levi Garrett hats and the old Pepsi hats, and those ones can bring really, really good money. A lot of the old Ralph Lauren Polo hats can bring a ton of money as well. I've sold quite a few of those over the years. I got into hats with a Ralph Lauren find. 50 cents, I bought 3 50-cent Ralph Lauren corduroy hats. And sold for, back then, it sold for around 50, I think 50 for one and 70 or 80 for the others. And I was getting offers, a ton of offers immediately after I sold it, or immediately after I listed it. And I think I could have got more for those hats. A lot of guys will buy those up and resell them back on eBay. They'll clean them up, and they kind of corner the market on them. So something to look out for sure. But this one is a nice little patch hat. There's some other ones similar to it. This one is probably a $30 hat is my guess. The foam is out of it. You can clean that out of there. You can use a blower to get it out. The best bet on here is either use a vacuum or get in there with a brush and lightly brush it out and let it drip dry, because the foam on that one is totally gone. All right. Snap-on's always good, and this is a lime green. It's not perfect, you can't really tell, but it's not a perfect hat here, but not bad. And I would say a hat like this should bring, I don't know, it could bring close to $30. All right, I found a huge lot of Dale Earnhardt hats, and they're all a collector. They're all new-ish. Almost all of them, you could tell, had a line of dust right there, so they were clearly sitting like this on somebody's shelf. This one has the rope here, not the greatest one. I bought the entire lot of hats for $30. I got them for $3 a piece. There was 10 of them, and I've sold some off already. I sold 2 for more than $30 already, so a lot of it's going to be profit. So we'll just look at some of the individuals. This has a tag on it, the old nutmeg tag. If you can see that hat, but I don't know if you can see this with that light right there. Let me adjust that light. If you can or you can't, but you'll see just a thin line of dust had sat there. So it's new, but it's not new. You got to make sure you say that in your listings. I'll talk about this one last. This is a hat that you should probably avoid the newer ones. Trucker hats, they're kind of a dime a dozen. But it did have tags, and it was 50 cents. There's some hats for 50 cents. I decided to buy it. I'll make $5 on it. Here's an interesting looking one. I think I have it listed for around 30. Okay. Pretty nice looking hat. This is Chase Racewear. One size fits most, made in Korea. Of course, if you see the China, it's not that old. You see Korea and Taiwan, usually a little better. I paid up for this one a little bit because it looks like it truly is new. And it's an interesting design from New Era. It should be a 950 snapback. So this is the kind of hat it's like these are often faked at flea markets, but this is the real deal. I paid $4 for it, which was, paying up for a hat, but it's still going to bring about a $10 profit, I think. There's an interesting pinstriped one made in the USA. Dale Earnhardt, Top Gun. It again has that dust ring right there. You got to look for those white hats in particular. Here's a Harry Gant hat, and I found a Harry Gant autograph the other day on a little frame that I bought for $1, and I thought of maybe putting this together with this hat, but and it doesn't have, that was if any NASCAR fans are out there, I think that's the Bandit car, I think, the Tobacco Bandit Skull, I think. And some of those hats will go really high, the skull patch ones. But this one is just an embroidered 1994 hat. But it is an AJD, which is a good brand to look out for. AJD, professional baseball cap made in the USA. Which reminds me of another thing I don't have one with me, but the old New Era diamond hats, if they're made out of wool, they're going to sell fairly well. Made in the USA, obviously, will go pretty good. Let's talk about this one, and here's the ultimate bolo, or one of the ultimate bolos. It's not at least in this genre of hat, it's not the greatest compared to some of those old Pepsis and stuff like that. But I want to show you one thing to be looking out for. This is a Logo Athletic, which is a good brand name to be looking for shirts, for hats, for any of that. This is a brand new one. Got the Intimidator there, but here's what you look for. You look for these, what they call Sharktooth hats. And I stumbled across this because I got a bag full of free hats, and I stumbled across the Sharktooth by accident. I listed this one hat that I had, and it sold within like 30 seconds. I mean, it was sold so fast. I'm like, what in the world that thing sells so fast for? And I started to do a little research, and it's a Sharktooth. It was a Memphis hat. And the Sharktooth stuff, some of these like Lakers and King Sharktooth stuff from the 90s will go for hundreds of dollars. This one, only a couple comps out there. I think I have mine listed for like $65 free ship. And it should eventually bring that if I'm patient enough. I think I could probably sell it fairly quick for about $50. So and I've sold another Dale Earnhardt like this, and I can't remember exactly what I got on it, but you can check my store if you want to see. So that's definitely one to be looking out for. So that's just a beginning part of hat, and we'll talk about hats as the months go by here. But and thanks to my IKEA bag, had a couple of good sales tonight and made some money. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe below, and give me some comments and give me some feedback and ways we can get better. Thanks.